Hello, everyone. Little different thing going on here, but welcome to Techyries. I'm Morgan, and you may have noticed things are a little weird because KP isn't here with me. At least not yet. Actually, guys, she is currently over on her personal channel, FrenchKittie, streaming the new Borderlands 4 game, and she is joining us to talk about the game and answer your questions as well. So, how this is going to work is I'm going to be actually live capturing her game capture, and I'm going to be showing y'all her game, and her and I are going to talk about it, right? We're going to talk about the game. We're going to see how things are going. I have a line of questions ready to ask her, but that doesn't mean you can't ask questions too. Please, we encourage you to ask your own questions that maybe I didn't think of in chat. And I'll let y'all in on a little secret because she doesn't know. There's a little surprise for her, and it's really cute. Thank you, Latin, for helping facilitate that. It's going to be a good time. She can't hear me, so she has no idea what I'm saying. But it's going to be cute. So stick around to see also what that's going to entail and maybe see her reaction. But again, please make sure you ask questions. We'd love to hear them. I'm monitoring her chat as well. So if any questions pop up over there, because all of this will be heard on her end too, I can see if anything is happening. But for right now, I want to give our beautiful FrenchKittie or KP um, a shout out right now. Send. Why is my shout out not working? Excuse you. Why is shout out not working? Oh well. I'll get that fixed as we go on. But let me dive into that real quick and fix it. Because it should be working. She deserves all the shout outs. Hello. Oh, hello. It needs my bot got turned off. Now it's working. All right. So if you're over on Twitch, I'm going to do that shout out one more time for you. But if you're not already giving Kitty some love, please head on over there and give her some love. There is her link. And then also for y'all over here on YouTube, let me grab you her channel as well. Because she deserves all the love. All the love. All the love. Because she is live over on both Twitch and YouTube today. So, putting in our YouTube chat right now is her link as well. Go give her love, support her. Make sure you guys like the stream on her YouTube and on our YouTube because it helps it work. You know, help support us and helps our reach. So, for now though, guys, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna undeafen. That way we can actually chit chat with KP. And guys, we're with KP. Hi, KP.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
I am on day 3 of been doing these 10-hour streams.
I love it. I love it. Have you
It's been a long
been
ride.
enjoying yourself at least?
Yeah. So
Good.
the game is definitely a very enjoyable experience if you are someone who is really big into Borderlands.
Mhm.
Um this has definitely taken it to the next level. They definitely
Nice.
have learned a lot from 3, which is really great. And we could dive into more of everything as we keep going. But yeah, definitely, this is definitely more enjoyable than we have seen from the other ones. And it really does show that they thought about a lot of different quality of life things
Sure.
that we wanted
Sure.
down the line, which was nice.
That's awesome. So, I'm going to go ahead and change scenes so they can see your game because right now I just have it
Okay.
on the you and me. So, we're going to switch
Oh.
on over. That way y'all can
Good.
It's all muted. Oops. I'm going to go here. It's all muted because in my setup, I forgot that our capture, we haven't used it in so long, it doesn't have all of our new audio captures.
Oh,
So
there you
hold on.
go.
Please hold. Let me go over and add it all in there. Okay. Can you hear us? We should be able to be heard now that I've copy and pasted it all. So there we go.
Okay,
Thank you,
cool.
Latin. I appreciate you calling it out for me. That would have been a sad day
Latin.
if this was all just muted. I would have cried later and felt like the worst co-host ever.
So, all right. So I'm in my my character menu for
Yes.
my person, for my Vault Hunter. This is Vex. This is not the original Vex. If I were to actually go back to what she would originally look like and hit apply for you guys, you'll see like her body is and outfit is way different.
Mm.
And then there we go. Oops. There we go. So this is what she originally looks like. Wow, I've got a little frog in my throat. Um, from like what she's supposed to look like from an original, but because of customization added to this game, you know, we can make her look. We have all types of heads. I really like this head, and I started off with this one because I thought it was badass.
That's fun.
Which I might go back to that one for a little bit. But I still haven't unlocked it a whole bunch, and there's gonna be more coming down the line, as you guys know, from like the roadmaps and everything. And then I really like this style for her outfit. But she has another one like this that you could wear if you wanted to. Not a huge fan of it.
Very
And
nice.
then you know, you change your depending on what you want her to look like, whichever ones you have open or unlocked, that is. So,
Oh, okay.
ooh. That's really actually cool. I forgot I unlocked that. So we'll actually equip that one. Now she's got red hair.
Nice.
I had this one, but yeah, we'll do that one this time. You also get your little Echo 4. He's such a cutie.
I love him.
He's adorable. You also can add things to him. So like I have a little party hat I can apply. There is
Stop.
other things. Like you can have him have a little top hat with a little thing on the side. Um kind of like him just normal. But on top of that, he also has different looks depending on which one you get.
Nice.
So
So real
down the
quick,
line.
actually, Tyler, over here on Techyries chat, this is actually all Borderlands 4, the brand new Borderlands game that released. So yeah, this is what we're looking at. Is all Borderlands 4 stuff. So I know one of my questions is, since you have him up already,
Oh,
like
Echo 4?
yeah, but like we have a new companion, and that is Echo 4. So I just want to know, like, can you share your thoughts on him since you know you already had him up? Might as well talk about him.
Yeah, so Echo 4 is a very cool little guy that is really important for like everything. So not only can you customize him, but he's also where you run to if you want to upgrade all of your storage deck for him. So everything from your ammos to your backpack to your lost loot and your bank, he is the place that you go to upgrade everything. So which is nice because before we would have to go back to Sanctuary, find the area, put the SDUs in, pay the money, and then you would get the upgrades. Now it's basically portable, which is awesome. And on top of that, he is also, I don't have any right now, but underneath him, when you get a reward from playing, it'll pop up down here, and he's like, you're basically your mailbox. So before it was, you would have to like go to your mail. You'd have to exit out like to like the options screen and then go to your mail and then
Oh
get your
man.
rewards there. Yeah, it was like it was a lot of like back and forth and everything else. So he is very much an everything that you need. Beyond the besides the fact of like when you're in the game, if you need assistance and you're not really sure where to go from your
Hmm.
compass, you can trigger him and he'll like create this little dotted line. Like I can show you maybe in the game. Let's see. If I come out. Um, there he is. So there he is. Nope, he doesn't have any dotted line for me. But he'll create a dotted line depending on what you're trying to follow
Okay.
and what you have tracked on your missions or even like side missions. So right now I'm just in a town. Bye. Uh,
Okay. Bye.
Yeah, he only stays up for so long. He's not with you permanently. Whereas Trouble, my cat, is constantly with me all the time. Like this is a permanent fixture to my character. There you are.
Oh, I love it so much. Such a
My favorite
pretty
is when I
kitty
play
cat.
with others. and like Trouble will like walk up to them and he'll be like, pet me. And so like I was playing with Tony on Friday
My
and
entire
Trouble kept
time, if I had this game the entire time, I would be just petting your cat. Like,
There's my good boy.
yeah, that's a good boy. So,
So I think, speaking of Trouble though, I think
yes.
Trouble is a Mangler from how the model looks compared to what the Mangler models look like.
Okay.
The only difference is Trouble has the saber tooth teeth
Yeah, I was
as
gonna say
opposed to
very
what,
definitely has like saber tooth tiger vibes.
yeah. But the Manglers don't, from what they look like when you see their models, they kind of don't have that piece. But he has very similar aspects to a Mangler. Just like in 3, we had Mr. Chew. Mr. Chew looked very much like my little flack back, or my little skag back there. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, he's a
So,
cutie.
since we're talking about, our companions of the animal form, I do know that Latin asked you a really good question on your chat right
Mhm.
before I went live. So Latin did ask who has the best battle pet, Vex, Gage, or Flat. I hope I said that right.
Black. Yeah, it's black.
Okay.
So this one's hard though because every one of them was different. So Gage was a mechromancer who
Okay.
had the ability to summon Death Trap, and Death Trap only stayed for X amount of time, and so it made it like you could get it where like Death Trap's duration could go longer depending
Mm-hmm.
on kills and everything based on skills and passives that you put into Death Trap and everything. I I think Gage, I'm really just even across all of them. I really don't have a favorite right now, but I think Gage was a good starting point to showcase that we can have companions because after that, then you got Flack. And
Okay.
Flack had a gambit. So Flack had Mr. Chew, he had a Jabber, he had a Spider Ant, and then when they added the last like tree, they added a Loaderbot, and so every one of those had a different type of like skill set that they could have.
Gotcha.
But it showcased that you could have a permanent pet. I know you're over here now.
No, I'm not.
um,
I'm over here
I
now.
know, right? I know. But it showcased that you could have a permanent pet companion with you without like the ability of it just disappearing, that
Okay.
cooldown duration that you get. So I think that was another great like thing that they got to test out. And now that we've hit this one, it's they have like Vex is like a really interesting mix between Gage and Flack, because Flack was very much a he was a beastmaster. Like his whole thing was he commanded beasts. Like that was his whole thing, and that's what you do with Trouble here, who just had a big yawn. But then at the same time, there's the Reapers that you can get, and those ones are more like how Gage was with as being a mechromancer. Like it's controlling and summoning, and that's what she was. She was a summoner. Like that's why she was called a mechromancer and not a necromancer. So I think they took both of them and they really combined them well into Vex. And I feel like Vex has really shined in the sense of what kind of like characters we have. So what kind
Gotcha.
of companion build. So best battle pet, I want to see how Trouble keeps playing out, but I think we're getting a good mix of like Gage and Flex together with Vex to make the better like end goal.
Okay.
Um
Nice.
but across the board, if you were to play in each different game, they were all good
Sure.
because
Yeah.
they were all good
Doesn't
in their own
necessarily. The question
sense.
doesn't mean necessarily like or like answering like, oh, let's say Trouble here, for example. Trouble and Vex is the best battle pet setup. Doesn't necessarily mean the others
Yeah,
are bad. It's just like this one
no.
is just like the best optimized one now.
Oh yeah, this is
Yeah.
definitely a better optimized one, especially with the skill tree and what you can do with him, compared to like how the other skill trees were and everything.
Very nice.
So
Very nice.
hopefully that answered your question, Latin. You know me, I love my battle pets.
Latin did say over here, life goal, petting the kitty while getting shot at.
Mm, sweet.
Yeah. That's why I was like, the entire game, I'll just give it scratches. So,
Oh yeah,
um,
after a battle, he'll come right up to you and be like this. He'll just like stand in your face.
like, okay, give me love now. I did my job.
That's right.
So I did have one other question real quick about Echo 4. Since,
Yeah.
there's less back and forth in the game now that you have Echo, do you feel like it has really helped streamline the gaming and make it feel less broken up?
Yeah, I mean, so Echo 4 is really useful for a lot of things, but there are some things that you have to go back and forth on. So
Sure.
if you do like this board right here, you'll see boards like this in areas like safe houses and stuff like that that have they'll have like little pieces above them and they'll have like collect or patrol or
Mm,
acquire or whatever. Um, those become things that you have to kind of go back and forth on because you'll
gotcha.
pick up the amounts, you have to go deposit them, or you'll get stuff like this thing right here is a capsule container. So you'll find a capsule randomly in the world and then you have to bring it back to unload it to basically
Okay.
decrypt it. So there is some things that are back and forth, but for the majority of it, um, if I'm doing something and it's a mission and majority of the time like Echo 4 will be like, you did it, here's your reward and I have it.
Sure.
So
Cool.
let's take that continuous back and forth out of the mix.
Very nice. Very nice. So, to dive into my, because I already asked at least one question from my set of questions, to dive into like the
Okay.
top of my questions though,
Mhm.
um, it has been 6 years since the last Borderlands was released. So, what
Yes.
do you think of this, the storyline for Borderlands 4 so far? I know you're not like all the way through it or anything else, and you're still working on it, but how do you like it so far? Like, what are your thoughts?
So I had this conversation on my stream like probably like every day. It's been great. Um so sorry if you guys are hearing it again. What I really like about this is so where 3 left off, right? And this is I'm sorry. At this point it's been 6 years. If you don't know the story, I can't help you. It's going to be spoiled. Um Lilith takes Elpis and tells Tanis tells everybody on this on basically Pandora, hey, I'm gonna go grab this. This is like the only thing I can do to prevent this moon from slamming into our planet and destroying us. So
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna go do it. It's my duty, it's my job, it's what I am known to do. So she zips out because she can phase travel and she takes the moon and takes it away and we're all like, oh shit, she's dead. Which is why when we saw the trailer of everything of her symbol, the firehawk, we were like, oh fuck, she's alive, because we all thought she was pretty much kaput because she didn't know what was going to happen. She literally said like, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to do this and this is what's going to, and I'm going to save the planet. If it means my life is gone, my life is gone.
Gotcha.
um when we get to this one, what's fascinating is it is a mixture of a bunch of things. It is continuation from 3 of where we left Lilith, but I haven't seen Lilith yet. I'm sure she's in here, but I have no idea where she is yet. On top of that, this planet is supposed to be a planet that is like a fairy tale. Like we hear fairy tales all the time growing up, like Beauty and the Beast,
Sure.
Cinderella, all that stuff. But to the Vault Hunters that we're playing in this game, they're like, no, no, we know this planet's real. Like, I understand that people don't think it's real because they think that it's a fairy tale, but no, we know it's real. So they
Mm.
come slamming into this planet looking for a
Kind of
vault
like,
because that's
we're here, bitches.
right, right. And a lot of times it's like you don't find this planet unless it's by accident because of that veil that's over it. So they slammed
Gotcha.
into the planet and they were like, we're going to get our stuff. It's going to be great. But what I love is um and I'm sorry for anybody who has not played the beginning part of this game and hasn't seen the intro, but it's a weekend, guys. At this point, you probably have seen something. So, spoilers if you have not seen it, sorry. But what I love is the intro of this whole game. normally in every other Borderlands game, we don't know who the villain is right off the bat. We know there is a villain, but we're not sure who
Sure.
it is yet. In this one, we literally meet the timekeeper right away because we are captured. We come to the planet. All of a sudden, there's like his horde of timekeeper bosses like around us, and we're like, oh crap, we gotta fight. And it's a cool fight scene where like they show off what every character can do, kind of thing. And then in the end, instead of
I'm gonna
defeating
lose my
everybody,
shit if I don't
we
see
get
some cute ass animals out here to pet soon.
sorry,
Some real
Vex is talking.
small round
That.
kitties with soft fur and big ears. Yeah, that's the stuff.
I mean, fair. That is the stuff. I get it. But ma'am, we're talking here. No.
So this whole fight scene happens and you think, sweet, we're doing it, we're getting away, and then they still get captured. And what's so great about it is you immediately right away go through and have to break out of prison. That is the ultimate goal in the beginning. But the unfortunate part is we are stuck with our own bolt in our brain, like in our spine. And seeing what the bolts look like is kind of weird. I didn't think that they looked like they did, but now I'm like, okay, that's interesting. But but it's also the reason why we get Echo 4 and why that.
Okay, interesting.
So there's a reason behind everything, and the storyline just in a nutshell makes sense as to why it is the way it is. This one has been better written. It's got very interesting nostalgia too, with the way that the little like quips here and there and like puns and stuff like that. Like even our characters talking. One thing that I noticed is like every character hates Claptrap. It's just a given. Claptrap is just one of those, annoyances.
Sure. They're all like, this motherfucker.
Right.
So I do want to make sure I give you time to run around and actually play the game and like as we ask more questions. But before we do, just to like get it, I don't want to say out of the way, but just so we can get into more fun stuff here soon.
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
give us a quick walkthrough of the menu of the game and point out any of the like of the anything that's new that really stood out to you?
Yeah. So first thing first, the first thing you're gonna notice is so when I'm playing with somebody else, you'll notice it. So let's say there's a person standing like here. They'll have a smaller screen in front of them. So the old games you would have, so your Echo device is what you would use to bring up your menu, right? So in the other games it would be like this massive screen, and what they started doing in like 2 was they would put like your character in front of this massive screen, and you'd be like, what kind of like, do they just need like a billboard? Like it was very big. They made it a lot more compact and smaller, so it doesn't look so bad. It kind of reminds me of like when you wear a VR headset, like one of the ARs, right? For that, the glasses and stuff, and then you just see like the stuff in front of you, that kind of stuff. It looks pretty good that way. But the first thing you're gonna notice is like the transition scenes are a little bit different. It's got very similar, like all these little like nanoleaf looking things. They look like my nanoleaf in the back. It's
I
all
could see
based
that,
on
yeah.
type. Yeah, it's supposed to look very similar to like timekeeper stuff. So you're gonna notice like very similar timekeeper stuff to that. Um, so inventory is a little bit different. Normally you would see your backpack and everything with your guns on the side, but instead they wanted to show off your character. You have Echo 4, who will have at the bottom down here any rewards, and then these are what your gun layouts will look like. They did make this different where like now they're going to show you DPS, how it is compared to what you're using. Like you can actually, just by hovering over it, you can see the differences. But if you want to do a compare side by side, you can see also. So that's really nice. You can see the differences in like damage and accuracy,
Were you not able to
reload
do that
speed.
before?
It wasn't just in your face. You
Oh,
had
it was a
to,
little more like work around to compare them.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
So if you were in game, you would just see like this is up, this is down, but it was also built differently. It was built to have the menu more vertical
Oh,
as
I
opposed
see,
to
I see.
horizontal. So this is like a different way of showing
I
off
do
the
like
aspect.
I like the layout of it. This layout, I know we've said before, even just looking at like trailers and stuff, that there are
Mm,
elements that remind me a lot of Destiny. And you've
yeah.
said it, Latin has said it, I know Ramp has said it. And I know that you can do like
Don't get me started
easy.
on Ramp. He literally played a guardian last night. The whole time we were playing, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, Ramp.
Like, dude.
But no, what's nice is Destiny has a big setup like this as well, where you can
Mhm.
really compare your weapons. You can compare weapons compared to the one that you actively have equipped, and I love when games do that. Like I hate it when I'm in a game and I'm like, I just want to easy compare them. Don't make me go back and forth between them. Ah.
Well, when you're out and like, let's say you find a gun on the floor. Let's see if I can find a gun on the floor really fast for you.
Okay.
I think there is one out here, unless I picked it up already. Um, that's gonna be nope. Do you have a gun? Nope. Do you have a
No
gun?
one's
Nope.
got a gun.
I know. Of course, I'm like, I'm gonna go find one for you. Just kidding. Um, I might have just picked one up.
No worries.
Um,
Are you able to
all
compare
right.
even straight from like what's on the ground?
That's what I was trying to show you.
That's really
So,
cool.
yeah, let me drop one. Let me just drop this Torg. Item dropped on the ground. There we go. Okay, so now it's on the ground. So let's pretend, okay? Let's pretend I
Wow,
killed somebody and
Trouble
they dropped
brought
this
this to
gun.
you. How nice.
No, no.
I know.
Let's say that somebody dropped this.
Yeah.
You can see like right away what I have equipped versus what's on the ground.
Okay, that's nice. I like that a lot.
Yeah. The other thing that's nice is they added the actual gun logos, and we have the gun logos on our bottom menu, which
Nice.
was something that I is a quality of life thing that they added. Um, Tony and I were so excited. He was like, "Oh my god, we could actually know what kind of gun we have." I know. I was like, "Yeah, we." And now I don't have to sit here and try to figure out what freaking gun is in my hand because they wouldn't tell you. And it
Sure.
like 3 was pretty bad because it would be like, "This is the type of ammo," and I'd be like, I don't know
Is
what
that the gun
ammo
I
this
have?
belongs."
Is that the
Right,
one I have?
exactly.
It
Yeah,
almost would
it
be
was
nice. It'd be nice almost if they had like a little symbol on it that lets you know like you have like this is compatible with what you have equipped or something like that. That'd be cool.
right. But this is the different way that they did it to make it easier for all of us.
Sure.
And then the other thing that they did was now we have take, equip, and take as junk. So we can easily mark as junk
Okay.
faster.
Very nice.
But back to the menu. So yeah, so this is the base grenades and basically rocket launchers are now part of ordinances, so they're cooldowns. So instead of sitting there and constantly like, oh, I ran out of grenades, it'll just replenish on its own. So I never have to pick up grenade ammo. I never have to pick up rocket launcher ammo. None of that stuff anymore, which is so nice. Um, and then shields are the same as usual. And then same with our healing stuff. Our healing stuff, these little rep kits are now just like if you need to heal yourself and having like a mana with you, a mana
Hmm.
potion in a way. So I don't
Sure.
have to go and find one. They do drop. They do drop the little vials like they used to in the old games. But majority of the time if you're in the middle of a fight, you're not running and gunning looking for something. You're going to be like, I need to heal and I need to heal now. So that's really nice. Your backpack is still here. Another nice thing about the backpack, besides marking things as trash, you can also mark things to the bank and then just send it to the bank right away. So you
Oh,
don't have to go find the bank and put it in. You could just do it from your backpack.
that definitely
But
streamlines it a bit more, which is kind of
yeah,
like sorry, not to keep comparing it to Destiny.
no,
Um,
you're good.
like how like straight from now they like added the quality of life where you don't have to physically go to the vault anymore to put stuff into your vault. You can just do it straight from your character menu now, which has been so nice. If like you're like, this is a good weapon, but I want to look at stats more later, or this is for a different loadout and I want to clear up space so I have room for all the loot. Like, it's definitely nice. I like being able to not have to do all the back and forth.
Yeah, yeah. We still have to go to the bank though if you want to
Sure.
pull something out, but like if you're out and about, let's say you're like 1,000 meters away from where a bank could be,
Hmm.
it is way faster to just go send this to my bank. I'll be back later.
Sure. Totally fair.
I definitely have like a level 30 in here that I can't use yet. I sent my level 50 back to the bank because I'm like, I'm not there yet. Probably won't get
Now,
there yet.
for someone who is very, very minorly, like, knows a little bit of Borderlands, but hasn't played enough to, like, retain a lot of information, the bank, like, do you actually sell things at the bank for, like, credits and stuff? Or is it more just like a
So
storage area for you?
it's a storage.
Okay.
The bank is your storage. Like your think of it like your external
So it's basically
backpack.
just like the vault in
Yeah.
in Destiny. Cool.
Yeah, but they just call it a bank.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was
At
just
one
curious.
point I think they did call it vault and then it was like that got changed back to bank.
Yeah, already looking for vault hunters, like that's a lot of
Yeah.
vault.
Yeah, it was a little vault. As far as like credits go, we sell them at the it's not updated. It's not up yet because I have to get power to it. But these over here, like this thing right here, this will be a vending machine. We sell to these.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I remember the vending
Yeah,
machines.
yeah. We have vending machines. We don't have whatever you guys have.
We just dismantle it and make it disappear forever.
Oh, we get money. Like that's our whole thing.
No,
We want
so
the
we
money,
get
man.
we get so in Destiny, Glimmer is our currency, and we do get Glimmer when we dismantle stuff.
We get money because money is our currency. And
Yay,
then there's iridium.
money!
Yeah, and then there's iridium, and iridium is actually really important too.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you'll see like at the bottom, I have like the three little skull keys. Those are
Mm.
used for a specific chest that opens.
Oh, okay,
So
okay, cool.
yeah. Skills. The skill tree is completely different now. Now instead of what it used to be, it would be like you had one and then you would follow down that path. You had another one. This would be a separate one, and then this would be, and they would all be in the same, like they would all be like right in front of your face.
Gotcha.
Now it's a little bit different, a little bit more open. I'm still trying to figure out like connection, like how do I connect to get to next pieces down here, but I'm still learning the thing, but you can easily switch over and see what the other ones do. So Vex has Dead Ringer, which she then spawns a Spectre or a Reaper. That is part of her whole thing. And you can actually like taunt with the Reaper, and then the Spectre will also deal gun damage. And then the last one is, which I think you would really find interesting, is she can also do Incarnate, which she basically throws out an Eldritch Blast.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah. So she is literally, this is like a witch build.
Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
So
So it's
now,
an interesting aspect to her
yeah.
overall.
Now this is like the skill tree and everything is what Max Roll can help you with since they have the whole build thing on there, correct?
Yes, and I
Okay.
think they're still playing around with trying to figure out some things because I looked at their stuff today and I was like, there wasn't a ton of builds from them. There was
Okay.
some from the community, but not a ton from them. So I think they're going to keep playing around because a lot of the specialization trees and the
It's only been 3
firmwares,
days.
yeah, it's only been 3 days.
They
But the
get some
specialization
wiggle room. They
trees and
get
all
some
that
wiggle
stuff,
room.
yeah, all that stuff needs to be put into the game still, so or into
Gotcha.
their stuff.
Gotcha.
So the specialization trees and all that stuff is in the game. It's just they need to incorporate how they use it and everything.
Gotcha.
Let's see. I talked about SDUs and how it's used to basically upgrade stuff. So like your bank or that extra storage that you have, lost loot. You can upgrade everything to make it bigger. So like if I want a bigger backpack, I need 50 of these. I don't know what these are because they didn't label them for us, but it's like the currency that you use to upgrade your different things. So like more
Gotcha.
ammo, that kind of stuff. Your customization. So you can customize everything from your Vault Hunter to your Echo 4 to your weapon.
Okay.
So if I'm using, let's see, I am using this gun and I want it to look a specific way, I can put on a different skin and some of them move. Some of them look kind of like your stuff, the shaders and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
Like you can see that one's moving and everything like that. And then some of them don't, depending on which one you choose. A
Sure.
lot of times I just leave it, um, and I'll change it later if I feel like it. I kind of forget about weapon design, weapon customization, and stuff like that with like shaders. But eventually I will have the vehicle one. It's just not, I haven't gotten my vehicle yet. My
Oh,
Digi Runner is still MIA right now.
no, not the runner.
Right. And then the other thing that you could do is this is something new that they added. Before it used to be like you would go in, you would choose your colors. Well, in 3 they started adding this more, but in 2 and all the other ones way back, you would just like choose whatever color variation they gave you. This one
Hmm.
now they kind of up this a little bit more so you can really make it look like however you want your character to look, minus the hair, because the hair will be whatever your like skin is that you're using. So like with the flame one, like she's gonna have red hair because of flame.
Sure.
But you can make the flames blue, or if I really want to, I can make them green for
Ooh, I like
you.
that.
I can make them bright green. You know, I could do
Yeah,
all kinds of
you're able
stuff.
to customize it, which is nice.
Yeah, or I could do like our colors together. Or if I really want to, it could be more of a pinkish color. So yeah, so more customization than uh what you wanted it to be before, like secondary stuff. You can change this all around to like
Love
really
that.
change it up. And then even like this one too as well will change things. So, what else? Oh, missions. Here's where your missions will be. So right now I'm doing down and outbound. And then I've got contracts. I don't have any available right now, but these are where you'll find those on the contract boards. And then even replay. Let's say you do something and you're like, oh, I want to go replay that with like, I want to go replay it. Maybe I just want to play it by myself, kind of thing. You have the ability to replay missions.
That's cool.
So you could always like, if you wanted to try it out and test yourself, you could do that. And even challenges, like I haven't, these challenges are give you rewards. So as you play, you'll see little things pop up on the side, and that's what like sometimes I'll read them out loud because I think they're funny. Like, baby, yes, money. Like I'm collecting money, but you get rewards from them out of depending on what you have. Like what have we here? You know, that kind of stuff. And
Nice.
sometimes they're paints, sometimes they're skins, sometimes they're, they're all kinds of stuff. And then it's kind of very similar to what Destiny does with your guys's
Oh yeah, like
what is it?
with our triumphs and everything else that we can do.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's like our triumphs, just a little different than
for
yours.
sure.
And then lastly is the map. So the map is going to be a little bit more zoomed in, but one thing that's interesting about the map is it is definitely more open.
Okay.
So a lot of times it felt like when you would play different areas, you kind of felt like you were like, you have to go down this path to do this thing, to
You
do,
felt like more. I remember that even when I was playing it, it felt a little more enclosed. Like okay,
yeah.
like almost like guardrails up. This is where you need to go.
Yeah, but you still have like a little bit of freedom, but not really.
Yeah, yeah.
So this one is interesting. If you can see it, you can climb it,
Ooh, I
kind of
like.
situation.
I love climbing
So
things.
it definitely feels more open.
Okay, very
And on
cool.
top of that, so I want you to keep an eye on how, like, just this area as I zoom out, okay? Because
Big map.
this
Love
is the
that.
whole map.
Love that. I love a big map.
And they're going to add more to it because they're adding DLC to it. So,
Nice. So,
yeah,
out of curiosity, from like, because you can climb and you can go, as Dan just said in our Techyries chat, explore everywhere. Um,
explore everywhere, which I
are
am.
do you think there is hidden loot in places that maybe wouldn't have been
Oh,
there in previous games? Because that's
yes.
something. And oh my gosh, like RPG games, like Avowed, for example, I was checking every nook and cranny behind every little waterfall because like
Mhm.
I'm just a little loot goblin, and so I will check, and it makes my gameplay so much longer. But I am the type of person who will go and literally check every little unlooked corner of the map before I move on.
So this has been 2 days, by the way.
Sure.
Just this area. has
And
been
that
2 days.
2 days, and that's
And Dan
20
can
hours,
attest to
right?
that.
20 hours of
Yeah,
streaming?
and Dan can attest to that, that this has been 2 days of just us going through everything.
Wow.
And um that's because we have been looking up and around at everything. Looking in, like, there's actually one thing where it's like, go check behind a waterfall, so that is actually part of a side mission. But
Nice.
as far as your thing about loot and stuff, there are these things called survivalist caches that you find, and they have like a cream of crop of loot in them. And then looking for like lore, like collectibles that are in the little areas that you get. So a lot of different things are in this, and it feels very big.
Sure.
Even though it's like this is a small section, it's like massive for a small section.
Does
And then you're
it
the whole map, and you're like, holy shit, I got to do this in everything.
does it
But one
ever
thing that I
feel
can't
too
say,
big, or does it feel good? Like it
no,
does
it
it does
feels
it
it feels
does it feel, do you
good.
feel like you finally have like good freedom, if for lack of a better
Yeah.
way of putting it?
Yeah, no, it does feel really good. It doesn't feel like overbearing. It feels like this is what we should have had. Like I was telling Dan during our streams, I said one thing that I wished was that this is what Wonderlands was like when
Oh,
they
okay, yeah, yeah.
first released Wonderlands. Like just go there and then just go explore. Like not this top-down overlord kind of thing that we were in. That was felt like it was more
Yeah,
like a
I
shoots and
remember that.
ladders kind of thing. Like I felt like I was on a game board. Like it was
Yeah,
weird.
it kind
I
of felt like you're like, I'm playing Candyland or something. Okay, my piece is stopped here, and then we wait, and then here we go.
Right. Exactly. I wanted it to feel more like this, and I'm hoping that because they did this with 4, if they do another Wonderlands, because I know there's been hint at it, because we have heard that before, that they think about this aspect and go this route with it. Because I
That'd
think
be
that would
cool.
just be so better, so
That'd be
much
really
better for
cool,
that.
especially with it
Yeah.
having that like that almost like tabletop D&D twist side to it as well. Like I think it makes more sense. Like though, like the board game look makes sense in a way, but tabletops aren't so much like focused on like a board game style as it is like a explore kind of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do agree with you. Having more exploration freedom in
Hmm.
if we get an installment of Tiny Tina Wonderlands would be sick.
Yeah. I think they did. I really do feel like they really thought about a lot of things with this game. But yeah, so that is the map. Dan will
Awesome.
know where I'm at because we just did this last night on a different character. Oh, look
So
at that. Cheap views. Cheap followers. If anybody's on my Twitch side, if they can ban that or make sure it's removed, that'd be great. Thank you. Go ahead. Sorry, Morgan.
no, you're good. Done. I'm banning this dude for you.
Oh. Okay.
Get gone. Oh, he's already banned. Never mind.
Okay, cool. I just can't tell because I just have OBS up.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure.
Anyway.
So we also have a grappling hook.
Ooh, I love the grappling hook. Not gonna lie.
This has been a freaking game changer. I mean, don't get me wrong. So is the gliding, like the basically
that is
the
nice.
giant jetpack behind you. But
Yeah.
the freaking grappling hook is such a game changer. Like you could be running and gunning, and then all of a sudden it'll be like I think there's one. Oh, there's one over here. You'd be like, oh look, there's a spot. Click it, and I'm up,
Yeah,
and then
see-
I'm shooting some more.
I am definitely that type of person. I'd be grappling all over the place. I can't remember what
it.
game I played that had a grappling hook, and it wasn't so much that like you had to have like a specific things to grapple onto, but if it was like a surface or a ledge, you could just grapple on it no matter what. So literally my entire day was just like my gameplay was just me grappling everywhere.
Nice.
Oh, that's fair, Dan. That's very fair. Dan just said in our chat, because we've been comparing a lot to Destiny, that it takes a bit to get used to how the grappling hook moves after spending hours using the grapple grenade in Destiny.
Yes, so one thing that he kept saying all during his streams was, I need to stop playing this like I'm playing it like it's Destiny. And I'm like, Well, then just stop.
Okay,
Like,
with that being said,
yeah.
Dan, since you're here in chat, I want to know which grapple movement is better, Destiny or Borderland 4? Which one do you like better? I kept trying to triple jump. Everybody wants to triple jump. That is something I
Yeah,
struggle with when I switch games.
there is double jump in this game, which
Yeah.
is new. There was
Yeah.
never double jump before, so that's probably why
That's
he wants
nice.
to triple jump. But
That's
go
fair.
ahead, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I love my triple jump in Destiny. It's a big deal. Yeah, let me know, Dan. I want to know.
Yeah,
Do you
he was
like
like, I'm playing this
Borderlands
like I'm a
4 or
hunter.
Destiny grappling better? So, let's see.
So just so
I
everybody knows, this game is done. Speaking of the game itself, the game is done on Unreal Engine 5.
Oh, very cool.
Unreal Engine 5 is very graphic intensive, like computer intensive. So I think that's why we're having a lot of like performance issues with it, because it is super heavy on your computer. Um, for people's awareness, because I don't think people understand what's going on, like how you're able to like see my stuff very well. I am literally sharing my game with Morgan while streaming on my own stuff. So that is how she's getting it without having to steal from my actual platform, like my Twitch channel. But with that said, I wouldn't recommend doing that if you have a lower graphics card.
Yeah, for sure.
um, but you can see literally in the game itself that this is Unreal Engine 5 with like just even the things like the water, the way the water looks and
Oh, yeah.
everything. And I turned down the graphics and it's still holding really well. And we can swim. I'm swimming. I'm swimming. I'm swimming. I'm swimming.
Yeah, I agree. Latin definitely has great visuals. So, I have currently, unless I think of more, because I've been asking more questions as we, you give me answers. um,
You can grapple and grab things. I love it and throw it.
Ooh, I love that. I do have right now though another 4 questions for you that we have written and pre-planned to ask. So
Yes.
you were already talking at one point. You were showing us the skill tree. So I was just curious, what are your thoughts about that skill tree compared to other skill trees that you have used?
Like for the franchise or for like other games?
For now, let's stick with the franchise. How is it compared to the other skill trees throughout the Borderlands franchise?
So I think the other ones kind of pigeonhole you a little bit more. They want you to go a certain route.
Okay.
You could still like every skill tree had 3, like like whatever you were had 3. So
Gotcha.
like when I played Gage, she had Death Trap at the top, and then it was like Death Trap this version, Death Trap this version, Death Trap this version, and you would add your skill trees in and maybe get to the bottom and get two of these ultimate ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when they did 3, they added, oh, well maybe we should make it so that you don't just have one thing, but you can have 3 different things to choose from. And that's why we have these 3 different ones up here that now are part of this one as well. So when I played Flak, it would be like you get Mr. Chu, and then Mr. Chu has 1 tree, 2 tree, 3 tree that you would go through.
Okay.
This one's interesting because it's broken up different. So now it's, if you connect with this one, like you can, I'm still trying to figure out this part. I think it's like if you connect this part to this piece here, then you can unlock this area. If you connect this piece to this piece, then you can unlock this area and this piece. I haven't really gotten past this line today, this weekend. But I think that's how it works. Like that's why we have these little like circuits that connect. Sure. And then if you want to respec yourself, you can. So let me jump out really fast. There is this piece right here, which I don't have any of the power on in the building for this whole thing, but this is a respec device, so you can respec your whole character. Let's say you're like,
Okay, and so you
I'm
can
playing
like,
as Vex.
does that like take like the points you have allocated and let you move them around?
It pulls them all back out.
Okay,
Basically it'll like take all the points out, give them back to you
gives you a
for
factory reset.
factory reset for a lot of money
Yeah,
because they want the money for everything.
sure.
Um, I didn't mean to do that. So I think this is I don't know. I have to see like how this part works, but so far I'm really liking the skill tree. I like that everything is passive. Like
Okay,
nothing's an active. So it's not like you have to be like, "Oh, I have to hit X, Y, and Z or whatever." It just all works with whatever your alt is, which is F for default. Unless you change it, which you can. And then or if you're using controller, it'll be different. So, um everybody has their own skill trees, which are really cool. There are some interesting similarities we think between different classes that you choose. So
okay,
like for instance, a phase familiar is very similar to like a flak build. So I'm kind of running more of a flak type style. And then you get into things like this one, which I would think, which is her Reapers, her Dead Ringer. This one would feel more like, to me at least, in my opinion, more like a Necromancer because it's like a summoning. I'm summon this, I bring it here, and then it goes away kind of
okay.
situation. And then the Eldritch Blast and the Incarnate has a different feel to it, which I don't know what like where that would stand right now. Maybe Maya, because I think Maya did have like an orb she sent out at one point. And then yesterday I was playing as Gage, and Gage is more like high tech. She's a Gravitar, so she like plays with gravity, right? And so Latin and I were talking about her, and one thing that we noticed is she's like a siren, but a mixed siren who's not really a siren. So it's like she has
Interesting.
learned how technology that reacts and moves and does all this siren based ability type stuff with the fact that she doesn't have any of the tattoos or any of the powers like Vex would have, because Vex is actually a siren. So
Gotcha.
it's very
Interesting.
interesting. Like, so if you do like sirens, but you want to play like not a full siren based character, like she's really cool and a really big crowd pleaser. Like people really do like her. And then you have ones like Rafa, and Rafa is very similar to like Zero in some aspects. Maybe not the stealth part, but like the high speed and all that stuff is very Zero based and everything. And then yesterday Dan was playing Amon, and Amon comes off with a very similar build to like Krieg is what I was thinking, and even like Brick, because they're very like heavy, um like melee in your face kind of characters. And if you look at the character itself, we literally were like, it's Grim if Grim was a freaking Vault Hunter who was jacked. The character literally is like, this is Grim if Grim actually was jacked, and even
That's
Dan will be
fantastic.
like, yep.
That's fantastic. Oh man. So
So out of all the characters, I know that we have talked about the different Vault Hunters. I know we have even hinted at the new one that's going to be coming out and everything. But if you were to play with me right now, today, what character would you play as? What would be your class?
so I'm torn. There's two, and even from the get go, when we got finally the announcement that I've been interested in, and that I have constantly been torn between Vex and Rafa. I feel like
Okay.
I really like I've always liked the siren builds. I think the siren builds are really fun, but then I also like really like quick like uh I'm trying to think of the right word. I like agility based builds, and I think
Hmm.
Rafa's it has a lot of agility to them, and so like that is why partially I've from like just seeing the little clips I've seen here and there without doing deep dives, I'm like, ooh, Rafa looks like a play style I might like. So I would be torn between probably one of those. Ooh, Dan just said Rafa's fast as fuck.
He is. So Rafa has passive abilities in there that increases your speed.
I love
So
that.
yesterday, as we're playing, the rest of us are like, huh, huh, and there goes Ramp. And I'm like, could you wait for us?
I love that. So yeah, I'm honestly really curious though about Amon. I don't know why. I'm just a little curious to see how he plays. But I'd be a Vex or a Rafa. With that being said, who do you think I would like? Because we've played a lot, you know.
Mhm, mhm. I think I think you would also have some fun with Harlow. Like I feel like you would
Sure.
like the high tech also because Harlow does three different things. Harlow could either with her gravity ball capture somebody and hold them there. So basically Maya's movement
Okay.
and everything. She can take a ball and basically it looks like a disco ball, which is really cool. Uh, and throw it at somebody and implode it, which is what Latin was doing yesterday, which is very similar to what Amara does with her last one, where she can like take this massive orb and just toss it.
Okay.
And then the last one that she can do, which is really helpful, is it's a support class. And she can create basically over shields for everybody who's an ally and basically protect them and also help with like health. So there's, which is fascinating because they don't typically do a lot of support classes. Support classes are very limited in, especially like anything regarding like maybe like health regen or anything like that. Mainly you would find that in like a little class mod that you find in the game to be like, oh, I help people. So yeah, so I think she would be interesting too, but if I had to choose which one you would play today, I don't think you would choose Amon. At least not yet. I think you would do
Sure.
Amon towards, I feel like Amon and Harlow would maybe be the last ones you would choose to play as.
That's fair.
I can see you playing Vex, but I can see you playing this version of Vex. No, not that version. This version of Vex. Sorry, wrong one. I can see you playing as Incarnate and being like, Kitty, you got the kitty. Like, and I know you love cats, but I could see you being like, you got the kitty, I got the blast, and together we can like just take them out, kind
Sure.
of thing. Because I
Sure.
feel like you would love like this whole energy that she has behind her, which eventually I want to like dive into all of her classes and play them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I feel like this would, and the fact that she's like a witch in this one is more like it feels more you and
Okay.
everything.
Okay.
Um, but I could see you playing two at the same time also. So I could also see you playing Rafa and playing Rafa. I don't know his three off the top of my head, but I could see you also playing Rafa. But I see you playing Rafa more like a hunter. Like Dan's trying to play Rafa
Oh,
as a hunter right now.
100%.
So like I
Absolutely.
can see you playing both of them at the same time because like one would be like I feel like Morgan's like fantasy D&D version of Morgan is Vex, and that's what we get. And then there's Destiny Morgan over here as Rafa. And then towards the end, like after you played them and you enjoyed them and everything, and you just like, I want to dip my toe in other people, I could see you being like, okay, I'm gonna play Harlow and Amon. So those would be like your secondary secondaries. So you have like two mains, two secondaries, and then watch they'll drop like the fifth Vault Hunter, and you'll be like, I want to play them.
No. So I'm gonna have to test him out.
Yeah.
Noted.
What did you think of my thought process?
I
Agree
love
or
it.
disagree?
I
You love
did.
it. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty on the nose. Yeah. So, so out of curiosity
Almost like what I
though,
told Dan when Dan was playing.
which ones have you tried so far? Like, which Vault Hunters?
So a Vex and then Harlow.
Harlow. Okay.
Yeah.
And what like doesn't have to be like crazy in depth, but like what are your thoughts so far? Like, do they feel pretty balanced? Like, are you enjoying them? You know, is there anything that you wish you could have tweaked already?
They are very balanced. The only thing that I wish that I mean, I know that they wanted to make it less possible to get, but like a lot of us have been not really complaining, just more like noticing, oh, I'm level 15, I haven't gotten a legendary yet. Oh, like people have been noticing that like there has been less legendary drops, and that's good because
Helps with longevity of the
I
game.
longevity of the game, but you want to feel special when you get one. Like I think
Sure.
we got spoiled. I think we literally got spoiled in 3 with like every time we turned around it was like a legendary drop, 5 legendaries, 10 legendaries, and it was just it got to the point where they didn't feel
It took like
special.
the excitement away.
Right. And so now
So
it's been like legendary? Nope, not yet. I got blues and greens and a purple.
honestly, I feel that same way though with Destiny. Like back if like comparing it to Destiny 1 for example, it wasn't
Right.
as easy to get exotics. So
Hmm.
like you were always out there doing that exotic grind or hoping that exotics can drop. Now you can do, as long as you do like 3 crucibles or 3 vanguard strikes, you will always, no matter what, get a guaranteed exotic drop. So I do
Yeah.
sometimes miss that, like the original like beginning of Destiny, like that the hype of it, like, oh, I got an exotic, let's go find out what it is.
Right, exactly. Exactly.
So one other question, kind of looping back a little
Uh-huh.
bit more to, I think, our story bits, is
Yes.
how do you like? And I might not be right. I don't know. I've gotten a lot of info to process today. No, how do you like the ordinance?
Oh, I like the ordinance. So that's not a story-based thing. That is actually just a quality of life change.
Yeah, I figured it. That's
So
why I was like, wait, this may not actually be story stuff. Oops.
yeah, so if I come out here and so if you look at the bottom of my screen, there's F, F, and G. One is just a basic push. One is hold for Vex, and then there's G for your grenade. G for grenade. Let's see if I can find some baddies over here really fast while we are talking about this. There we go. There's some peeps. Look at those peeps over there. All right. So, before if you had 2 grenades on you in your ammo, that would be it. You'd use them, they'd be gone. You'd have to find more ammo. Now, you can use them. You can use them again. You'll wait 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for that cooldown to finish. Oh, look, I got another one. Toss that one out. Countdown again. Trouble's gonna attack for me. Toss out another one. So it's just continuous.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about running out of ammo with grenades, and some grenades will give you more ammo, so that you can actually, like, it'll say like, oh, you have 3 or 5 or whatever, depending on what the grenade is.
I could be remembering wrong, but I feel like that was something I definitely had like a little bit of
You
a
could
struggle
never
with.
let me down, Bubba.
In like I think it was Tiny Tina Wonderlands, where I felt like I would have some gear I really liked, but then like I would run out of it, and I just kind of
Hmm.
was stuck waiting until I was able to get more.
Look at the birdhouses.
Oh, cute! I like the birdhouses. So, how are you? Just to actually not sound dumb. Uh, how are you enjoying
I,
the story so far of what you've been able to consume in these last 20 hours? Does it feel pretty robust?
it does.
Nice.
So one thing that I thought was interesting about the other ones were you would play them and then they'd be like, "Hey, did you know that you can catch a ride? Like you just need this and you can drive a car." I don't have a car yet.
20 hours and you don't have a vehicle is actually for Borderlands specifically kind of mind blowing.
Right. And the storyline's really good. The storyline, so a quick synopsis of the storyline, and at this point, sorry for spoilers, once again. You're a Vault Hunter coming down here
Hmm.
because you know that this planet is real,
Right.
even though everybody thinks it's a fairy tale, right? So you come here and you're looking for the vault. You get trapped by the timekeeper. You meet the timekeeper right away, which is why I was like, you don't meet the bad guy, the enemy, right, until later in all the other games, but you immediately meet him. and you immediately get caught. And I'm like, cool, I got caught. Like, as opposed to like, I just came here and nobody fucked with me. Like, really? That doesn't make sense. Like, you would go to a planet and get, you would get killed. Um, so with that, you meet a vault hunter. His name is RJ, and RJ breaks you out, but not before they already put a bolt in your neck. So the bolt is literally, it looks like, um, let's see if I can find it. It looks like, well, it actually looks like this, like my nanoleaf, right? But it's got
Mhm.
3 pieces to it. So if you connected this together and it made
Gotcha.
like a triangle, but with 3 of the pieces,
Yeah.
and those pieces go into your, basically into the back of your neck, into your spine, and they wrap around your spine, and that's how he controls you. Because he can control
Oh.
you and see what you're doing and constantly keep in track, like touch with you and everything else. So as you're playing, RJ shows up and he's like, "Let's get out of here. You're a vault hunter." And you're like, "Okay." And he's like, "I'm a vault hunter." And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." And so he has Echo 4. He is the one who owns Echo 4 at the time.
Gotcha.
Um, so as you're leaving and breaking free, and you break all these prisoners free, like literally you do a giant everybody gets to escape kind of thing.
Prison break.
Yeah, it's a giant prison break, and you get to learn about the game. Like the game itself, like the tutorial was very long. Like I
Okay.
didn't get my jetpack until, be able to glide until like later in the game. And so it's been very interesting, like the tutorial levels and everything. Um, but you break free and you beat the warden, who is like your first mini, it's like your first boss, right? And then you go to help RJ up because he's like, "I'm dying. I'm over here if you want to save me." And I'm like, "Okay, I guess I'll save you." And that's where things turn on the storyline. And he manages to change control of who has what, because apparently, I guess he also has a bolt. So he gets, so Echo 4 is now in your control,
Mm.
and the timekeeper has control over him. In the end, RJ dies. And we're all like, "What the fuck? You didn't even give him long enough to live?"
Nope. No
Because he,
living
cause
for
he kills
him.
himself. Yeah, he kills
Gotcha.
himself. And that's where now Claptrap is like, "You're the new RJ." Because he thinks that, because you're now like in a different, like, uh, the ownership has changed.
Sure.
So he thinks like, "Oh, you own this Echo 4, that means you're the new RJ." And everything. So now we're trying to get people to join the Crimson Resistance to rise up and help us take out the Order, which is the Timekeepers people. And that's where my story is right now. We're about to meet Rush, so that's kind of where I'm at right now in the story. Is we're gonna meet Rush. Rush is he's actually a really cool person to meet. I think you'll like him, his character, and everything. Once I finally get the power on, wherever the hell I have to go for that, I don't even know. Oh, I gotta go over here. Okay, wait, or do I have to go over there? Maybe I gotta go over there. I don't know. We're gonna find it while we're talking. Um. So yeah, so we're gonna meet Rush, and we're gonna see what he is like. I met him last night, but everything was so fast, so I didn't really get a chance to really sit there and listen to him.
We moved all the engine down here for safety. Most of us are just mechanics, ranchers, food growers. Or we used to be. Now we're soldiers.
Yeah, there is a down here.
Dan,
There
that's
is a
hilarious. Sorry, Dan just
what?
said in the Techyries chat that Rush kind of feels like if Zavala was a soccer mom.
Oh,
I love it.
okay. So every once in a while, Trouble will scare the shit out of me because he turns into a ball if he can't land on anything, but then he like teleports, and so he teleports in front of my face, and I'm like, dude, why, cat? Why?
You're like, calm down, kid.
Yeah, we'll meet him in a second. And then you can tell me what you think of Rush
Sure.
as we listen to his storyline. Once I find what I need to find, which I don't know where it is.
Problem right here for the ride.
Yeah. Maybe this way? Over this way? There we go.
You'll be good in no time. Hey, drink up. Hydration, people. No more passing out. Protein for you. Anyone needs anything, just ask. How about you? You hurt? Hungry? Thirsty? Doesn't matter. I got you.
So Rush is just me?
Ration our dollar to Saul's soldiers. But good news, a fresh batch of homemade protein bars just came out of the oven. Welcome to the Outbounders, friend.
And welcome to the Crimson Resistance, I guess.
Happy to join. The Outbounders started small, with a dream of leaving Kairos. But the idea of freeing the whole planet, very exciting. This secret weapon Saul mentioned has me worried, though. We're barely holding our own out here as it is.
Then we take him down together. Where do we start?
No clue. But if information is king, Saul's spy master wears that crown. He'll have the intel on any secret weapons, and we know exactly where you can find them. But first, head up and see my second-in-command, Conway. They've got a thank you gift for helping us out. Oh, and I've removed the lockdown on the vending machines and such up top, in case you want to do some gearing up.
He is you.
He is so, he is me and I am him.
Watching you fight made me wish I'd been out there too, risking it all for the dream.
But don't worry, he's got protein bars that just came fresh out of the oven.
That is so me. I'd be like, guys, I just have some baked goods that came out of the oven. You want any? They're nice and warm. No, so for anybody who doesn't know, I am the mom. I am the mom of the group. Anywhere, all the time, and I love it. I love being the mom. It's fine. So it's just like I'm always making food for people. I literally I have Dan's cousin. Love her. I'm so close to her. I adore her. And she's like, I only really drink water if I go to a restaurant. So I will text her like once or twice a week, being like, make sure you drink your water. Like, Rush is me and I am Penny. And I am him.
Morgan
I love
is
it.
Rush.
I'm
So
Rush.
now you can see the vending machines are on.
Oh, very nice. Nice.
I love the fact that they finally brought back Dr. Zed's voice.
I got the sales for what ails you.
I got the sales.
Dr. Zed is my hero.
I love it.
Oh, you'll be back real soon, I'm sure.
So, as we know, you've been streaming all weekend. You're 20 hours in, and you've been,
Yes.
You've been playing it multiplayer. So I was curious because you have played the game with a couple of other streamers. Dan's one of them in chat. I know you said you were playing with Ramp. You're with Tonio Twitch, who we've had on the show before as well. How was the multiplayer for the game? How does it feel?
So it's really glitchy and laggy.
Oh no.
Which is sad.
Is it just like
Yeah.
part of the performance issues right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we have it's all part of the performance issues that we're having an issue with. Yeah, it's just kind of sad that that's the issue that we're facing. I need to unmark my junk. I didn't realize I marked some of these as junk. But once it kind of like, I don't know, there's certain areas where it'll be fine and it won't be as bad, and then you'll hit other areas and you're like, you see enemies kind of like stop and then boop, they're over here, and you're like, and they're not supposed to do that because they're not a teleporting one, and you're like, wait a minute, where did you go?
Gotcha.
Yeah, just like weird laggy stuff, glitchy stuff. I think I glitched out Harlow yesterday, so that stasis orb thing that I put around somebody, the piece came back to me and just started like circling around me like faster and faster and faster. So yeah, some glitchy funness about the game.
Gotcha. Yeah, Latin over here is saying it's like fighting a bunch of Super Saiyans. Dan says my favorite is watching my bullets come from behind me as I run. Man, that's wild.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy. But
I'm
there we
making
go.
room for the good stuff.
Um,
Can't blame ya.
but if you play solo, there has been some issues. Like people have reported issues, but it's not as bad for some reason.
Yeah.
Like
I
me
do
right now, like
know.
everything's running really well.
Yeah, I do know that Gearbox even did announce, like, with the launch, like, there will be problems, like any
hmm
day one launch stuff has. Like, there will be fixes, like, there will be probably performance issues, but know that they will be fixed, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I do think, you know, that people do expect immediately the best as soon as it launches. And it's like, gotta realize, y'all, it hasn't really been tested to this full capacity
hmm
until day one, until launch day. So,
So, right. He did say though that he doesn't believe anybody's gonna break the game. Dan's broken it.
I was gonna say he hasn't met Dan. Dan
No,
will
he's
find.
not.
Dan will find the way.
Right. He said stuff like that, like, oh, it shouldn't break, but that's because the game is also, like, he means the servers. I don't know how we can
Sure.
break the servers. We could definitely break the game. That can definitely happen.
Fair.
That has
Fair.
definitely happened.
Fair.
But yeah, overall, like, there needs to be more patches.
Okay.
With the fact that this is Unreal Engine 5, beautiful, beautiful game, but
hmm
there needs to be some fixes with like performance optimization, um you know, helping with like frames. Like I shouldn't have to lower my expectations of my gameplay in order to make sure I have high enough frames. um
Sure.
just like Dan, who has a higher graphics card than I do, is playing on a lot like lower capacity settings just to make sure his game works, and he's still having issues with it. Like those are the things that are interesting to me, that definitely still need to be looked at overall.
hmm
So I think it just depends on how you play the game too. I do have some specs that I've done, um where I've lowered some things. So I did turn off things like I have my frame, my custom frames per second limit is at 60. And then if we go into more of the advanced settings, I did turn off frame generation, which works better since I've turned that off. I turned that off before I started into the game. I did it yesterday in the game, and that was just like a no-go. Don't do that. uh Other thing is too, whenever you change your settings, you need to play the game for 15 minutes to give the game the ability to actually um catch up to everything that's been done, because it needs to recompile those shaders. Which is something that's been interesting about this game, is every time we load in, it's compiling the shaders, it's compiling the shaders, it's compiling the shaders. It's
Gotcha.
been like every single time. But my settings are really turned, like I'm still got graphics preset as very high, but everything else I've turned down a lot
hmm
to kind of fix things. I did find another article that was talking about how lighting quality and even like fog and cloud can really chew up
Yeah, it
your
can.
frames per second. So I
Just like
just was
foliage
like,
can in other games, and even like the shadow density and things like that. Yeah.
yeah, so just having to mess with everything just to make it work. So
Gotcha. Okay.
the other thing that's really cool is like you can see right now, Latin is actually in the coastal bonescape right now,
Oh, nice.
playing with his character. And at any point in time, you can just click on somebody and invite them to your game, um, which is really nice. And you can also favor them. So I have like favors next to people so I can see who's on. I look for certain people when I'm playing. So
Sure.
that's really cool too.
Very cool. Very cool. So, with that, I'm actually through all of my current questions. I wanted to know, is there anything that I didn't ask or cover that you wanted and were excited to share with everybody over here on the show?
I
How does
would
that
say
cover?
if you haven't played Borderlands before, but at least have an understanding of like the storyline, especially if you want to play this one and you haven't played any of the other ones, I would recommend playing the other ones just
Okay,
because the stories are
I
really
was
good.
wondering that.
But if you just want to like jump into the newest one because let's say you have a friend who's neurotic like me who loves the games and you want to be a part of this, I would at least read some of the lore or at least be around somebody who's really knowledgeable who has an
Be a little more
understanding of the lore.
familiar with it.
Yeah, to explain
Gotcha.
it. So like as you're playing it's not like what's the Crimson Resistance and why is this here and what does that mean and you
Gotcha.
know that kind of stuff or why are we on Kairos? Like what's the reason behind that? Or who's Zane? What character is this that I haven't seen before?
Gotcha.
Just because there are this game is just continue. It's just a continuation. Just like Destiny. Destiny is like that continuation of the story
Hmm.
or WoW or even Diablo. Um so there's a lot to it and a lot of lore behind it. I would say though I would definitely recommend jumping into this game though. This game takes all the other ones and makes them it just shows like how much they really thought about what we wanted, especially with the quality of life stuff.
Gotcha. So I was asked in chat by Dan to ask you about rejoining people that you played with before.
In what sense, Dan?
Dennis, is there issues there? Is it like, is there bugs?
No, I don't want to I want to know if he means like rejoining in the sense of like if I join on his world or if he joins on my world or if we're rejoining on like what is it? I need more of a
Yeah.
instead of just rejoining.
He says character auto swap.
Oh, yeah, we talked a little bit about this too, with the previous parties and what parties that you belong to. So when you are in the main area, and I don't want to leave this because I don't have, well, I kind of guess I have this already together, so it's fine. But if you go back to the main menu, and you can see this, we'll continue on Borderlands in a bit. If I load up my different Vault Hunters, so here is Harlow. Where'd she go? Show yourself!
Ma'am, you live?
There she is. There she is. There's Harlow. It'll say like I previously played with Ramp and
Oh, okay,
Dan
I see.
and Latin, so I could easily go and grab that one and make sure that that's who I'm playing with. Um, or if I want to switch back to Vex, which they really need to fix this part because this blackout is not good. Like I said, minor technicality issues
Sure.
we have going on. Vex will have played with Dan and Latin, but what's interesting is it does not have Tony listed on here. I have played Vex with Tony as well, so it does know.
What was the last
and
time you were
everything.
on with her, with Tony? Like, do you think it just goes off of
Friday.
like?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you play her yesterday though, at all?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With Tony or
Yeah.
without Tony?
Without Tony.
So maybe that's why. Because
Yeah.
it was your last session was without Tony.
Yeah. But you can even see like Latin says that on here that it's a previous party member, so it lets me know.
Gotcha, gotcha.
Is that what you were talking about, Dan?
Yeah, Dan. Is that what you were talking about?
Yeah, Dan.
Yes, it was.
Okay.
All right. Well, chat, I'm going to just real quick throw it out to you guys. Is there any other questions or any other things you want KP to like chat about and go over with us before we begin to wrap up our stream here over on Techyries? I'll give y'all a few minutes just to see it while she runs around and does stuff. Oh, you know what? Does kind of, I guess, like the game style of like when you're in combat, does it feel the same as previous ones, or is there any like noticeable changes for you?
It definitely feels smoother. It feels like they took the issue. So they started working on it before in 3. We're making the instance more continuous, like a continuous flow, as opposed to I hit it, my character has to stop, switch to the next thing, and then do it like in 2.
Okay.
But in 3 they kind of like sped that up. The gameplay, so one thing I noticed about this one is the gameplay is really, really quick. Even like collecting items, super quick. Like if I don't even know if there's money in any of these things, but we'll find out. Nope. It has gun ammo in it. What do you have? Ammo. Hopefully I can find something with money. But if I collect something, it just like immediately jumps into my body, which is fine, but it kind of takes away the whole like, I was looking at that. I wanted to see what was in there.
I got you.
The gameplay is definitely fast. Some of the cats that we've shot up against and stuff like that, super quick. Like all of a sudden you're like, oh, they're in your face. I didn't even realize that they were coming at me, kind of situation. So
Gotcha.
yeah, definitely a lot faster paced than the other ones. And I think that's just the Unreal Engine 5, to be fair. I feel
Oh,
like
that could be.
it's a setting within the engine.
It's just able to be like a little more snappy in a way too.
Yeah. Yeah. I think this guy, that's an NPC. NPCs are kind of fun if they talk to you.
You want to talk, bro?
Claptrap tried to tell me his life story. I booked it right out of there. You lucked out finding me here. You must be very excited meeting me. Claptrap tried to tell me his life story. I booked it right out of there.
He just
So-
left. He was like,
Sorry.
I'm wondering, are you playing with Claptrap audio on or off? Oh,
I have it on.
there's the thing with the cache. How it just like goes
yeah, you see how
into
quickly it just like
Yeah.
into my body. Yeah, no, I have it on. There's one like echo that you listen to, and it's literally Claptrap is telling you about how he's such a great writer. He's like, did you know that writing is basically just talking? He's like, I'm such a great writer. So let me tell you the story I had to do. There was this boy, and he had a dog, and the dog was like, what? And the dog, what was it? He got hit by a car or something like that. So the boy the boy had rockets on his feet and ran over there and then hit a tree and then sued the tree. I was like, what the fuck? Don't ask. I don't even understand it. He's like, aren't I the best? I'm like, no, you suck. Go away.
Dan says replay the audio log.
Oh, I can do that. Thank you. Totally forgot about that. What was it called? Paradise? No. Filio? No. 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 No? No. Oh.
Dear Claptrap Diary, I just started a writing class, and I think I found my true calling. My first assignment was to read the start of a story and write my own ending. The story was about some dumb kid who gets stuck up in a tree, but he has a dog that was trained to get help. Now, you may think the best ending is to have the dog save the boy. No, that's cliche. And me recycle a tired old cliche? That's impossible. So, I ended the story like this. The dog ran off and got hit by a car. Then the car skidded into a fireworks stand and exploded, which reminded the boy he was wearing rocket boots. So the boy flew down and hired a lawyer, and they sued the tree for emotional distress. The end. Pretty good, huh? Writing is so easy. If you think about it, talking is really just writing with your mouth, and I'm great at that. The world is truly lucky to have me.
Oh boy. That's fun.
How do you feel now? Do you feel like you now know Claptrap more?
I mean, I knew Claptrap pretty well. at least. Out of anything that I know about the game, I feel like I knew Claptrap pretty well. So, Dan, let's see, Dan asked another thing.
Yeah.
He asked if you covered the world bosses that you've encountered, and did you cover that? I don't remember.
So I didn't go into one just because I'm a solo player right now and I don't
Sure.
feel like I'm high enough in level. But yes, so the world bosses will appear randomly on the map. They will not
Okay.
actually show on, like physically on the map, but as you're playing, you will find these giant bubbles that will come
Okay.
down.
So it's kind of like a random
And
encounter.
yeah, so
Okay.
kind of like how you have random encounters on Destiny. They just randomly happen, like in the middle of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
They do that here too. And then
Okay.
what happens is you have a boss that will show up. It's a world boss. You fight it, and then you have X amount of time to fight it, and then you get loot from it, and then it's like, woo, I beat him. But they just happen randomly. It's kind of an interesting little take that they added to the game that's not related to the story. It's just that's how the game is. Um, and then the other thing that they have in here is down here. This is actually a farming, um, like the splash zone. Splash zone is a farming boss, so you can go there and you can go to Moxie's Encore, which is actually in the. And I feel like they took this from Diablo with the whole like being able to just go into the layers, right? Because it makes it easier as opposed to having to travel through the whole plane and find the area again and then jump back in. You could just go right to where it is and you just hit Moxie's big encore, you pay the money, and then you can jump in and you can fight that boss and farm
Okay.
them for however many times as you want until you run out of money. So, an interesting little added perk too that they put in there as well.
Very nice. Well, I think with that, we're gonna, leave you to enjoy your stream and to enjoy your borderlanding, your vault hunting, if you will. But before we sign off, there's a bit of a surprise for you, KP.
Oh, for me?
Yeah. So
Okay. Just the way you said it, you're like, there's a bit of a surprise. Okay.
yeah. So starting as soon as you want, I can install the game and get
Oh,
playing with you.
yay! Well, if you wanted to come and join me today, you are more than welcome. Feel free.
This is thanks to Latin. Latin, while
Oh,
you were live and while you were already live and I was setting up, they messaged me. Dan was already like, "Was it Latin?" Latin did send me a gift of the game. Thank you, Latin. You were so sweet. Saying, "Hey, don't tell Kitty. Announce it on the show."
nice. Well, if you would like to join me, I am going to be live all day, throughout the whole day. So anybody who is friends with me or just wants to hang out in my, in my channel, please come and hang out. I'll be live throughout the majority of the day. Probably majority of it. I will take breaks for food, but yeah.
Fair.
So
Anybody
hang out
here also,
play.
please stick around on the Techyries. If you're in the Techyries chat, stick around. We will be rating FrenchKittie. We're gonna be rating KP's personal channel, FrenchKittie.
My private. Nobody's allowed to see. It's private.
No, but no, we're gonna be rating her. So stick around. That way you can transition over to her chat. But yeah, I'll be messaging you if I'm able to get in. I will as soon as we're done here. I will get the game installing though. That way I am ready for.
And then you can be part of the pain
Yeah, future vault
of the lag.
yeah.
I'll have to join on you though, so because that way you can go through the whole storyline
Yeah,
again
for sure.
from the beginning.
But yeah, we're gonna see if I'm gonna play Vex or Rafa because I really don't know who I want to play. I'm so torn. It's funny, like it was so funny when you're like, so if Morgan, if you could play, and I was like, she doesn't know, but I can play after I download it. Oh, nice. That's not too bad. 60 something gigs
No.
isn't too bad. My internet
it'll
will
be
install that
it'll be
quick.
bigger as it keeps going.
Understandable.
especially with like all the DLC and stuff like that. I don't know which version he got you, so I'm not gonna even guesstimate.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll get it installing though as soon as we're
Nice.
done. All right. Well, with that, I am going to deafen. That way I can close out stream. And you have a fantastic stream. Thanks for going over Borderlands with us.
Yeah.
But yeah,
There will
Latin
be a
does
full
say
review coming
perfect.
later.
Yeah, there'll be a review here on Techyries, guys. So stay tuned to our YouTube channel. That way you can see KP's full Borderlands 4 review. She's already started working on notes for it. So
Yes.
Latin does say in our chat that they will be watching. Most likely won't join until later tonight because adult
Okay.
take.
Yes, that's understandable. Also, one more thing I wanted to mention was there is if somebody is playing the game and you do a gift sub, you do get the Ripper mask emblem for
Ooh.
Twitch, so that's something to think about. And then all weekend we couldn't figure out how to do the emote for the vault, like in a waiting room. I don't even understand it. They want you to go into like a stream together waiting room, and I don't understand what that even means. So we don't understand that one, but I'm just letting you at least know about the other one that's there. So something to think about.
Very cool. Thanks for letting us know.
Yep.
All right. Well, with that, enjoy your vault hunting. Go break free.
Bye, everybody. Be free. I'm free
Be
to do what
free.
I want.
Woo! All right. Well, thanks for breaking everything down with us. We much appreciate it.
Yeah.
Right.
No problem.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody. And with that, that is our breakdown with KP, or also known as FrenchKittie, over on her personal channel. She stopped sharing things, which messed up my camera. How dare she? I'm going to scrunch down. But with that being said, guys, before we go, I want to say our next show. I'm gonna scooch down here. So, for our next show, we'll have the latest news from the tech and video game industry, some reviews to show you, and we'll look at what games are coming out soon. So before we go, don't forget to check us out across all of our social medias. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, LinkedIn, TikTok, and Threads. So go follow us over there. I know, I'm like, you stopped sharing the game, so it messed up my cameras. But also, if you can, please show us some love. If you like the content, hit that heart over here on Twitch so you can follow us. Catch our re-air on our YouTube. Head over to the YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Ding dong that bell. And if you can, and you're watching on YouTube right now, like the stream because it just helps us out and it shows how much you love us and you care. So yeah, thank you. But guys, stick around because right now, if you're here on Twitch, we are going to be going to Kittie's channel. I'm going to get set up that raid right now. All right, let's go. All right, raid is set, so please stick around if you're over here on Twitch, and we're going to raid right into FrenchKittie's channel. If you're on YouTube, I'm going to put her channel link again in chat. You can click on that and head over to her YouTube. But for now, guys, thank you so much for joining. We'll catch you next week on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time or 12 p.m. Central Time. And until then, keep processing. All right, make sure you stick around for that raid if you're on Twitch, guys. See ya!